few years out of undergrad in Kenya and Uganda and Tanzania for a few months, listening to the stories of people who had received $100. And through entrepreneurship, survival entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship nonetheless, had changed their lives. It changed the way I saw the world. It changed the way I saw my possible role in that world and my relationship with people that I desperately wanted to be useful to. So that's when I started, as a little experiment, Kiva, which was a platform where you could lend $25 or more for no interest to yourself, so just $25 to another person. And over time, they would lend that money. They would repay that money back. Our first round of loans was just 7 people in Uganda. It was like $3,000 total, very small. They all paid back. We thought, oh, that worked. Let's do it again. Did it again. The first year of loans was about, oh my gosh, what's my first year? We did $3,000 the first year. We did, oh my gosh, now I'm blanking on the first year. The first year was 500,000. I'm sorry, it was 500,000. The second year was 15 million. The next year was 40, the next 100. It's closing in on $3 billion in loans, $25 at a time, from everyday people to other everyday people, for the purpose of providing a chance for those individuals to, through entrepreneurship, better their lives. It's this platform for opportunity, and selfishly, from the lender side, it's a way for people to read and understand the story of another human being that is not a carefully crafted story of sadness and suffering to make that person feel guilty, if not shameful, about their own relative wealth and wellness. It's a platform that says, very honestly, in the words of the borrowers, here's my life, here's what I'm doing, I need $300 to buy some more goats, help me out. And somebody can come in and ideally, through a partnership of equality, provide that funding and get it back. I say all that because that's my version of entrepreneurship. Also, when you create an NGO, you create a 501c3 nonprofit in the US, you do not cash out, you kind of mic drop and walk away and get a job to pay off your student loans. So that, it was not about let's go make money, or it was just moving the right things around to get opportunity to people that didn't have it. That's how I think about entrepreneurship. That's how I teach entrepreneurship. I do not use the words that are traditionally used in business schools, like value creation. That does not just mean let's make money. It means something much broader. I have a whole class that I started this year. They let me create a new class called the Startup Jungle. And we look at these models of, unicorns, billion-dollar companies, gazelles, fast growth companies, zebras, fast growth but socially responsible companies. We look at all these funny analogies that we have, and every class I ask my students to question assumptions about the startup world and the venture world. There's a lot to be questioned. And we challenge those assumptions, and we say, how should this be different? How should the world be different? What can we build that is not just for a paying customer? And it's a lot harder to do that. I show them how difficult and different it is to create value over here, even though maybe your person that's paying for that value isn't the recipient, right? If you're serving somebody that cannot pay, you have to do 2 things well. You have to create that value and get it to the person, but you also have to talk to someone over here who can subsidize that value and wants to be a part of the story as a donor or some other supporter. Anyway, that's how I teach. I teach all sorts of parts and pieces and facets and angles of entrepreneurship, but to me, my favorite academic definition of entrepreneurship might sound very boring, but to me it's romantic and passionate and amazing. It's Howard Stevenson, a Harvard Business School professor. He says entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity without regard to resources currently controlled. Okay. The pursuit, the running after, right? This falling in love with and running after an opportunity, this invisible imaginary idea of what the world could be out there without regard to resources currently controlled. I put in the blank there. I like to take artistic liberty and say without regard to position or power or, resources, money, sure, or pedigree. You just decide that you're going to find a way. It is a very faith-building exercise in my experience. It is absolutely resonant with, and to me, reminds me so much of my own faith journey and understanding of God. Belief in an invisible thing out there in the distance. The running after it, the making sacrifices to get there. It's to me very, very much not one and the same, but deeply related to my own journey and my own set of beliefs.